My name is Sean Duguay. I work with ICF, and I run the business development team that focuses on IT modernization. A year ago, when Chrissy and Don asked me to announce our next speaker, I jumped at the chance because I was just getting to know him. What I didn't know is that Chrissy and Don were going to put this at the tail end of a very long conference after spending several evenings out until 2, 3 in the morning. So I am really bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and happy and honored to be here. So I'm not going to talk about the bio that's in the paper. You all can read that. What I'd like to do is enhance that bio just a little bit. Speaker spent 10 years in the Army. As a young Marine, was getting to Oahu, Hawaii, he was leaving Oahu. So our paths have crossed a few times. And after 10 years in the Army, he took that experience, brought it into the civilian world, and started acting as a partner to federal government, just like all of us, or many of us. He's taken that experience, and he knows our side of the fence. He knows our struggles, he knows our challenges, he knows the issues that we're dealing with on a daily basis. He's taken that experience and he's brought it into federal government. He drives systems that award patents and register trademarks. It's a very important mission. And if any of you have been in his office, you know as soon as you walk in, you see a couple of things. You see a poster about mission and accountability. And then behind his desk, on a big whiteboard, you see thoughts. These are Jamie's thoughts. Those are very important thoughts, and you should take the time, if you get a chance to go in and meet him, learn who he is. He's an incredible individual. He's got a very important mission, and I will tell you, it's been an honor and a privilege to spend some time with him. Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker, Jamie Holcombe.
The U.S. Patent and Trademark Office exists to drive innovation, competitiveness, and economic growth for the American economy. Jamie Holcombe brings to his current position a distinguished business career. Chief Executive Officer of a cybersecurity startup, Chief Operating Officer of a service-disabled veteran-owned small business, and Vice President and General Manager of Harris Caprock Critical Networks Division. A West Point graduate and U.S. Army veteran, please welcome to the stage, U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, Chief Information Officer, Jamie Holcombe.
Thank you very much. I'm not sure if the slides are going to come up, so let's see. I was told I could tap dance while I'm waiting. No worries. I can take any time because I like to speak. So, being almost 1 year here at the USPTO as CIO, I got to tell you, it is a fantastic organization. I am so excited. And I say that because the people there are 13,000 people who are just average tenure of about 22 years. That is impossible. Is it anywhere else in the government like this? I feel so blessed to be part of this organization and actually to take it to the next level. And so my objective here in the next couple of minutes will be, one, to tell you where we are with AI and machine learning, and two, to get off the stage as quick as possible. How are we doing? Anyway, let's see. Artificial intelligence and machine learning in 2020 for USPTO. The whole thing is, I want to get to business-driven metrics. There's a lot of hype about AI and machine learning. I want to get to the results sooner than later. So we're focusing on the mission. And if you know anything about intellectual property, there's 4 different areas. We cover the last 2, but there's another 2 areas that a lot of people don't understand. The first one being trade law. That is enforcement. We talk about it and we train in our GIPA, or the Global IP Academy at the USPTO. We actually train diplomats, other countries, and our FBI on how to enforce these laws and protect our intellectual property rights. The second item is the copyright. And the copyright is done by the Library of Congress, outside of our purview. But at the USPTO, according to USC, United States Code Title 35, we register trademarks and we award patents. So that's what the whole mission is all about. Did you know that new patent applications in FY19 reached a new high of 665,000 patents? That's phenomenal. We hit the 10 million mark just in the 2018 time frame. 10 million patents that are registered and enforced throughout the United States. There's a significant number of those patents in FY19 that were actually artificial intelligence inventions. So when they say it's here, it is. There are going to be a lot more applications with AI coming forward. There are two well-publicized applications that list a machine as the sole conceiver and the sole inventor of the inventions. Now, I can't comment much on that because they're not public yet, but can you imagine that? Somebody applied as a machine. Wow. There's a lot of implications for us in that. In taking AI to the next level, McKinsey said there's going to be about $13 trillion of added value in the US economy. That's phenomenal. This is really going to hit hard. We're trying to do business-driven AI, and we're going to always be security-minded. The thing about that is we have to be smart about this and not let the things get away from us. So one of the tenets that I have in moving forward at USPTO is security first. We have that obligation to ensure that all the intellectual property is secure and protected against all enemies, foreign and domestic. People first is a big deal. The fact of the matter is, if we have artificial intelligence, we must put people in the loop. I really liked the other presentation passed yesterday about a man in the loop, a man on the loop, and a man out of the loop. Be careful of those men out of the loops. They're very dangerous systems. Don't let them get away from you. The USPTO has asked for public comment on policy regarding AI 2 times at FY19. We've actually invited the public not only to come in and talk at conferences, but also to publicly comment through the rules-making process, our policies. And we encourage anyone who has some interest, some skin in the game, to please make sure we're aware of this so we take it into consideration when we're doing our intellectual property policy over AI. We also work with our international forums, including WIPO and the IP5. I'm here to announce today, no matter if I have slides or not, that we have a 6-month pilot project with a partnership between Accenture, Google Cloud, and the USPTO. In the next 6 months, we will leverage AI algorithms to streamline our examination and search process. Primarily, we'd like to cut down the time it takes to find prior art. If you've ever heard that term of art, prior art, of course, means the things that we know we have. But AI needs to help us in finding things we don't even know we don't have. How do we know we don't have it if we don't search for it? How do we know where to search if we don't know it doesn't exist? It's very complicated, the search algorithms that we're looking for. I'd also like to tell you that we've had some very good success with searching algorithms and classification for our patents. What we're doing in a machine learning environment is we're taking the initial filter and classifications and then training them month over month over month. We are currently in our 4th month, and we are having some great success on classifying very sophisticated and complex inventions. So we are having good luck with our classification AI search. So it is here. Also, our trademark protection. We're leveraging a lot of the AI image search algorithms to find out if logos have been used before. We also are looking at specimens in the trademark arena to ensure that there's no fraud. If you know anything about the trademark and apparel, there's about 15% of all apparel in the United States is fraudulent. People are selling things on the street that have logos, but they're not real. So be careful where you buy things from. We have new tools that are being explored and tested, and we're hoping we can decrease what we call pendency, and that's the time between application and award of a patent or the register of trademark. Finally, and we all know this, AI and ML depend upon data. The United States Patent and Trademark Office has large amounts of data, big analysis. And the fact of the matter is, we need to ensure that that data is clean. Because if you teach a robot the wrong thing, it will do exactly that wrong thing each and every time. So what we're trying to do in those machine learning algorithms in the months that go forward is do something called supervised learning, where we actually take the examiners and take their input. Ah, there we go. Thank you. Yeah, right there. So we're unlocking the highest value data sets for public value, and in doing that, we're trying to ensure that our big data platforms have the analytics and so forth to help our examiners make those good decisions quicker, take our pendency down in half if we can, and at the same time improving the quality. As you know, security is one of my major concerns. So the fact of the matter is, we're doing a lot of real-world intellectual property data. We're ensuring that it's secure in the back end. And that's making sure people have public access to it, the things that we need to, but they don't have access to the things that we're still under consideration. And that's a hard road to travel, just because it seems very schizophrenic. On one side, I'm giving the public everything. On the other, I've got to protect everything at the same time. So we do have a pretty hard and difficult mission in that regard. But what we've been doing is using RPA internally on our enterprise applications. So robotic process automation and some of the new tools out there are great, because what we've done is we've developed thresholds in the back end where we know servers may not be acting correctly, and once they give us outages and so forth, we can restart them based on those algorithms without having to get a security administrator involved. So that's really helpful lately, and what I like to say for everyone is to start small, fail fast, and then scale smartly. Whew. Okay. Is there anything? That's me. Thanks a lot.